Good morning, everybody. Hey, happy Friday. It is Friday, January 27th. Guess what? It's the last Friday of January. I hope this week's gone well for you. Amazing yesterday. Market little bounce back yesterday. Today, a little shade of red. We'll talk about that and more. As you know, Dave is playing a little golf this morning. So it's just going to be me and Doug this morning. Glad you're with us as we get started on this day on Friday. So, hey, we got some things to talk about, some earnings coming through. Before we do all that, though, let's not forget that in the world we live in, the one thing that you and I and everybody can control is how much risk you have in your current portfolio. But you need to know what that risk is. You need to know if it's too much, not enough, or just right. Kind of like Goldilocks, right? Give us a call, 863-382-0037, and let's schedule your core retirement design phone consultation. With that, we've got Doug coming up next.
105.7 Light FM, playing all your Light favorites. Hey, it's Doug Reese sitting in for Morning Dave on this Friday morning, getting ready for the weekend. But before we do that, we're going to check in with Phillip Statler from Statler Financial Services. He's going to give us an update on what's going on with the market. Hey, Phillip, how are you today?
Hey, good morning, Doug. I didn't know we were going to get to see each other, talk to each other so soon after Dave's little vacation, but I guess golf took a little precedence this morning.
Yes, it did. He's in some kind of golf tournament today. I'm not sure which one it is, but yep, he's taking a little time off, and a beautiful day to get out there on the links.
It is. Hey, yesterday was quite the day. I mean, much better than we expected. When Dave and I talked yesterday morning, I gotta say, I was really, concerned at the morning break, but man, we had a great day yesterday when it comes to Wall Street. We had the S&P 500 up 1.1%. It closed at $44,060. We had the Dow Jones Industrial 30 up 0.6%. It closed at 33,949. The NASDAQ was the big winner yesterday, up 1.75% to 11,512. So, man, it was a great day. Don't know that we're going to be able to follow through today, though, because we've got some earnings that are giving us some cause to reflect across the board. But let's look at economic front first. We did have a few things that came out this morning, but let's go backwards first, because at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, new home sales came out. And new home sales came out at 616,000 units, which was basically in line with expectations. Then this morning, we had our CPE, our producer price index, come out, and it was basically in line with expectations. So nothing drastic there. Everything's where it needs to be based on everybody's estimates. So no huge surprises there. On the earnings front, though, we had kind of a surprise. Intel reported their earnings, and it was a great disappointment, to say the least. They earned 10 cents a share, was half of what the expectation was. They expected to make 20 cents a share. Revenue was also short by about $0.4 billion. And so they were getting hit pretty bad. If you look at year over year, their revenue, Doug, was down 32%, which is a pretty significant decline. So we've got Intel this morning trading down almost 10% this morning. It's been as low as 10. It's 9.75 right now, but still down, and that's bringing other chip sectors down too, as well. I know Advanced Micro was trading down this morning as well. So everybody kind of taking a cue off what's happening to Intel. We had a couple other things report. Chevron reported, big oil company. They had their earnings report. They missed on earnings expectations, but they topped when it come to revenue forecast ahead of expectations. The shares they gained on Thursday after they had raised their dividend and announced their stock buyback, but when earnings came out today, they're starting to fall off a little bit, down 1.25%. Not bad though, because they're really coming off of their 52-week high. They're only about $4 away from their 52-week high. We had two others that are pretty significant reports. We had American Express. American Express missed on both earnings and revenue. Not huge on revenue, but they did miss on earnings. They came in at 207 a share compared to 222 was expected. They did up their guidance. Their guidance for 2023 was a lot better than expected, both on earnings and revenue. And they came out and increased their dividend by 15%. So some good news there from American Express, other than the results from last quarter. The market's liking that this morning. They're up about 5.5% before we get trading. The last one I have for you this morning is kind of a bellwether, and that's Visa. We can kind of look at Visa and look at transactions and look at their volume to see how retail sales are kind of going. And so Visa came out and beat by about 17 cents a share, came in at $2.18. Revenue was up by about $250 million, more than expected. And so we've got Visa on the rise this morning, up about 1.25% before we get trading today. So earnings, the chip sector, tech sector seems to be getting hit a little bit, which is causing the NASDAQ to have a little bit of a loss of momentum this morning. But the other indexes are kind of mixed. They're not getting hit too bad as we get ready to look at what the week offers us next week. So we got the Dow right now is basically flat. S&P 500 is down about 0.25%, and the NASDAQ 100 is down about 0.4%. On the other side of the coin, we've got silver took a big hit again. There's a lot of volatility in silver these days, bouncing between 23 and 24. It's down almost 1.2%, back below $24 an ounce at $23.73 an ounce. Gold took a little bit of an tick up 0.1%. And then crude oil up significantly, up 1.5% to $82.23 a barrel. A big deal there. I'm seeing, I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing $3.60 a gallon at the pump right now. Not what I like to see, but oil keeps going up. We'll continue to see that number rise even more. Europe, basically kind of looking at our futures, I guess they're trading down this morning. Asian market is all in the green this morning as they get going. The cryptocurrency hitting down today, but they've been up significantly off their lows. I mean, we had Bitcoin low down in the 16,000s. It's up almost to 23,000 right now. So making kind of a comeback in that area as well. Folks, listen, there are a lot of things in this world that we just can't control. But you can control how much risk you have in your current portfolio. If you're getting close to retirement, that can be very important. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 to walk through our core retirement design. And then catch us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730, 95.3 FM.
All right, Phillip, thanks for the update. I hope you have a great weekend. And, of course, Morning Dave will be back here on Monday morning to get update from the weekend and see what's going to be happening during the week next week.
All right, man. You have a great weekend. Good chatting with you again, Doug. And we'll talk to everybody again on Monday.
All right. Have a good one.
Thanks. Hey, folks, again, I want to thank you for joining us today. Please have a great weekend. Join us again on Monday morning. Dave will be back, and we'll have a good conversation about what's happening next week. Hey, until then, so long.